Good morning and welcome to your Monday morning yoga minutes. I'm Audra Monk and I teach at Mountain Spirit Yoga in Middletown, Maryland. And we would love for you to join us at our studio for a class or workshop. You can see all of our information on our website at mountainspirityoga.com. So come on in. Today we're going to focus a little bit, or a lot of it, on our hips. So we are going to start on the floor. I would highly suggest a blanket or a towel under your hips. I just have a blanket, like, you know, the kind you use on your couch, like when you're laying on the couch watching TV at night or taking a nap. So fold up a blanket or a towel, have some blocks because those will come in very handy today. As always, work at your own pace, do what feels right for you. And if something doesn't feel right for today, don't do it, and that's totally okay. All right, so we're gonna start sitting cross-legged. And what I want you to feel, now some of us, you may wanna, if you go to our YouTube or on Facebook under videos, I'm not sure how they sort it, I haven't looked recently, but you may wanna do the lying down maintenance yoga first. That will loosen up the hips and the back a little bit. But this is pretty much, on the gentle to moderate side, so it might be okay without a lot of extra warm-up. So do what is right for you. All right, so we're gonna sit cross-legged, and let's roll the shoulders a couple times. Oh, and it doesn't matter which leg you put in front, because we'll do both. And what we wanna do as we start sitting cross-legged is kind of settle in and feel the hips. And like right now, mine do feel a little bit tight. Except for my maintenance yoga that I do when I first wake up in bed. I haven't done anything. I haven't walked. I ate breakfast and took a shower, but I haven't done any activity. So my hips are feeling a little bit tight today. All right, so from here, we're gonna check on those hips just a little bit more. Bring your hands behind you. Double check shoulders are down and back with a long spine. Tuck your chin a little bit and lean forward. And it's okay if you don't go very far. It's also okay if you do go very far. And you're gonna lean to the place where your hips say, hello, I am here. And we're gonna breathe here a moment. Okay, gently come back up. Take your time. Switch the cross of your legs. So most likely, most of us tend to choose our most comfortable cross first. So sometimes the second side takes a moment to settle in. So give yourself that moment. Let's do our 3 shoulder rolls here. It's always good just to remind those shoulders where to go and give them movement. Good, and then let them settle down the back. Bring the hands out to the sides or behind you a little bit. Shoulders are down and back, heart is lifted, belly is in. Tuck your chin and lean forward with a nice long spine. Ooh, I feel it in this, for me, this is my left hip. I definitely feel it here. Good, breathing here. And let's ease our way back up. Good. All right, we are coming to hands and knees. Take your time, come on around. Take your blanket. Most of us are gonna want that blanket under the knees for padding. So make sure there's no big lumps in it, put it there. Actually, I'm gonna slide it back a little bit. And then come to hands and knees. So we want the knees on the blanket and the feet just relax comfortably behind us. Hands come down under the shoulders. Lengthen the spine and take a moment to breathe here. All right, and then when you're ready, we're gonna go table pose to child's pose. So on an exhale, slide back, hips towards the heels, head towards the earth. Inhale, come back to table. Weight even in hands and knees. And let this repeat. And it's okay if you breathe differently or you take a little more time. You're gonna do what's feeling right for right now. One more time. Take it back to child's pose. Pause and rest. And come on back up. Now this is when you're going to want your blocks most likely. And the cool thing about blocks is they have low, medium, and high levels. So you do what feels right for you. We're going to take one leg up. I'm going to go ahead and take my left leg up. You take whatever leg up feels right for you. And I'm going to come high on the blocks. Okay, so the front knee is over the ankle. The back knee, it might stay where it is, or you might tuck your back toe and slide that knee back some. And let's see, you can leave the toe tucked or the top of the foot down. Either one, I would do whatever is comfortable. So now I'm getting stretch here in the psoas, in the hip flexors, right? The tail is tucked under. I'm gonna pause and breathe, and then we're gonna move this gently. All right, so when you're ready, you're gonna slide your hips back, lift your toes, flex your foot. So that's a hamstring stretch. And then come back to the low lunge. Good. And you might walk your blocks with you. You might find a place right in the middle that works for you. Take your time. See what feels right. Ideally, let's see, we would inhale and exhale, but I'm pretty sure you could do it either way on this one. Totally fine. Okay, the next time our hips are back, we're gonna pause so that we get that hamstring stretch. Things to think about here, don't swing into the hip. Try to keep it even. If you need a little bend in this knee, do a little bend in that knee. I'm feeling plenty of sensation in the back of the thigh. Maybe walk the block somewhere where you're a little more comfortable. If you are more flexible at this moment, feel free to take the body more over the thigh, but keep that spine pretty long. We don't want to let it round all up to get ourselves a certain place. And you know, if you want to reach for the foot with one hand, you could, but you can also stay right here. All right, let's bring it back. Find the lunge. Now take both blocks to the inside of the foot. You might stay really high. You might bend your elbows. You might put your elbows on the blocks, and they can be high, medium, or low. If you're feeling really good today, maybe your elbows come all the way to the floor. Good. So now the stretch. We still have hip flexor stretch, right? But we also have stretch here to the back of the hip of the foot that is forward. Beautiful. If you want to let your head hang here, let your head hang. This is called lizard pose. And as you stay here, maybe you decide, oh, I could go a little lower. Good. And we're breathing. Good. Keeping the knee close to the shoulder. All right, let's ease our way out. Take your time. Come on up to your hands. Get those blocks as high as you need them. Ease it back. And let's take the whole foot and knee back. Beautiful. We're going to try the other side. So step your opposite leg forward. You can move your blocks to the inside, get the foot forward, and then one block or one hand to each side. All right, so on the front, the knee is over the ankle. All right, back leg. If you're feeling pretty good, maybe you take that back knee further back. The heart is lifted, the spine is long. So we're going to pause here just a moment and let that change happen. We don't want to rush it. We want to take our time. Good, breathing gently. All right, and then as you're ready, we're going to take those hamstring stretches here. So start to slide your hips back, block hands, or hands can walk with you, and then forward and back. Nice and easy. Inhale and exhale as comfortable for you. All right, once more, we're going to stay back for a moment this time. So you might walk your blocks back. You might need to bend this knee a little bit or a lot. Slide your hips as evenly as you can, and you want to feel that sensation to the back of the front hamstring. Well, really, it's the back of the front thigh. It is the hamstring. There we go. Shoulders are down and back. We're breathing. If you're feeling more flexible, feel free to take the body closer to the thigh or maybe reach for the foot. If you're feeling less flexible, do what you got to do, right? Stay where it feels right for you. All right, let's climb it back to the front. Okay, so we have our lizard pose on this side. Bring both hands to the inside of the thigh or inside the foot. You might stay high on the blocks. You might just walk your hands forward. You might bend at the elbows. You might bring your elbows down on those blocks. Keep your knee close to your shoulder. Maybe your back leg goes back a little bit more. Beautiful. Breathe in here. Long, deep breaths. If you want to let your head hang, I think that's totally fine here. Just do it gently and carefully. This is a bit of a surrender pose. We're taking a shape and we're letting gravity do the work for us. If you're feeling a little better, or if you already are there, that's totally fine. Maybe you come a little lower. I like to take a breath or two higher, and then I like to come a little bit lower. So elbows might be on blocks, they might be on the floor. You might need to take this up, and that's okay. Keeping that knee close to the shoulder. Let's take another breath here. All right, we're gonna ease our way up. Take your time. Take your time. Bring that knee back. Move your blocks out of the way for one moment. Sit back. Oops, I'm gonna come to the front of my blanket. Sit back on your heels. Give those quads a little stretch. All right, let me check on my time. Okay, we're doing all right. So we have one more set that we're gonna do together, and then I'll send you on your way. So come all the way to your back. Take your time here. Come on over. You can move your blanket out of the way. Have it close by so we can sit up together at the end. All right, so we're coming all the way down. See if I got all my stuff out of the way. With bent knees. All right. You might leave your arms in. You might take your arms out. We're gonna take windshield wipers. So widen your feet about as wide as your mat. If you don't feel that you're in the center of your mat, give yourself a moment to adjust that. And when you're ready, on an exhale, two knees go to one side. Inhale and back up. Exhale, two knees to the other side. Good, and let's let that go again. Beautiful, and one more time. And this time, when you get the knees, left side, right side, one side, you're gonna let it stay. We're gonna let that stretch happen. And then the last option for today, of course, if you have other options, feel free to go there, is if you'd like, take your foot to the top of your thigh. Ooh, I feel a little bit more stretch there. We're gonna breathe in. It's okay if this thigh does not come back down all the way to the floor. If you get here and this is too much, don't do it. Take it off, bring it back that other spot. We're breathing here. Good, and then we're gonna ease it off. So if you have that foot on the thigh, take it off first. Ease it up to center. All right, I'm gonna even things back up. Sometimes once you add that foot, you get a little bit more. And now take your knees to the other side. Pause here. Good, you might decide to stay right here, or there's that option, take your foot up and put it on the opposite thigh. Ooh, and this side is much tighter for me. So I'm gonna do it gently and carefully. I'm breathing. A lot of yoga is just breathing into it and allowing the body to take the shape. Sometimes the muscles want to tighten up to protect the joint, and that's a good thing, that's their job, but we want to then encourage them to gently let go so that we can get a nice stretch. All right, one more breath. Take the foot off, nice and easy. Ease the hips back to center. Double check you get hips and shoulders centered. Let's go once more to each side, just see how it feels. Exhale, knees to one side. That feels good. Inhale and back up. Let's see if it feels good on the other side. That feels pretty good too. Come on back up to center. Walk your feet back closer. Bring your arms in. We're gonna take one bridge pose together. So nothing under the head. Feet come in close to the hips, arms tuck in nice and snug, belly pulls in. So I lied, I said one. We're gonna flow two and then hold the third. How about that? When you're ready, because it's good to feel it out. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bring them down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. And this time, when we lift, we're gonna stay. Good, nice and strong in the glutes and the hamstrings. It doesn't have to be your biggest bridge. You don't have to power through it too much, but just nice and steady. And ease the hips back down. Loosen the feet up. Roll gently to one side or the other. Of course, if you want to stay and do bridge pose again or add on to your practice, you can totally do that. Maybe you sit cross-legged, either on your mat. My hips feel way better than the beginning. This is a good check to sit cross-legged again and see how they feel. Definitely add your blanket if that's necessary for you or just more comfortable. So thank you so very much for practicing with me today. I love sharing a little bit of yoga with you every week. Find all our videos on YouTube or here on Facebook. And the shorter ones now on IGTV, they're there. Mountain Spirit Yoga, Middletown, Maryland. We'd love to see you. Thank you and namaste. And I'll see you next time.